The hashtagshow.co.uk.
Episode 90 on the console. If you are a console listener, you can hear our voices for once again. Episode 90 of the Hashtag Show with me, DJ Gibbo, and everybody's favourite pedo hunter, it's Cheeky Mal.
I've got a job. 1990. The year for Guru. You ever heard that song?
Never, and I don't even know if that is that in a Malockley original.
Guru Josh,
Oh,
Infinity.
Right.
He says it was released in 1990. And there's a wee bit. It's the one you heard it. The saxophone tune.
I know Guru Josh, aye.
And then Guru Josh goes, 1990, the year for Guru. 1990, the year for Guru.
I don't know that, but I must have just got the instrumental version.
Partied with him down at the Metro, and his saxophone player was called Mad Mick.
Mad Mick, the saxophonist?
Aye.
Saxophonist?
Saxophonist, ecto-boffonist.
Ecto Mick.
And Guru Josh, sadly, now passed away.
Right.
I was in Ibiza one year, and he crashed a microlight into one of the beach bars.
Whoa.
Because he used to fly a microlight with the advertisements that flapped at the back. You know, like,
for the
come to
gigs?
Pasha tonight. Aye.
Okay,
and he fucking crashed into one of the beach bars.
I mean, that's great advertising.
Oh, it's amazing for the fact that it was like, fucking hell, somebody's crashed a microlight. After you just panicking, and they went, it's fucking Guru Josh. And then we started laughing.
They just burst out the saxophone.
Aye. Wait to rubble off and just went,
He said, you're a guru.
come out the rubble.
Me fucking microlight.
When I met him, right, at the Metro in Saltcoats, 1990, the year of Guru.
How mad is that you go from Saltcoats to Ibiza?
Saltcoats to Ibiza. From Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads, that's a David Bowie lyric for all the older viewers out there. I met him in 1990 at the Metro, and he came off stage, and we were standing in a group, and there was a lassie with, mind you, lassies used to kind of, as like a Madonna thing, they'd wear like a fucking crucifix kind of thing, or a cross, his necklace.
Right.
He went up and turned it upside down and went, yeah. And you were like, fucking hell, man. The Guru's into the fucking suit and all that.
666 Gurus if he's done. See if you play fucking Guru Josh backwards, mate. It's a Beatles album.
Telling you, man. I was like, tell me, he's come here on these talk days. No, I was like, Guru, how do I get into music? How do I do that? And he went, yeah, I got a job.
Do you know any boys that can play a saxophone? Or any boys like to play brass instruments? That's into. So what? You met him before you were
Before I was famous, I was hanging about in the corner. And I was like, you can blow my saxophone, Guru.
Were you one of these wee annoying guys who's always, here, mate, what needle have you got on that? What's the RPM you're playing that one at, mate?
I was that annoying guy because, hey, back in my day, Scott, you know, different story for you.
No YouTube.
I never had websites and interwebs or YouTubers. And to get information and anything, you know, you had to ask DJs and artists. And luckily, I had the Metro, so I was a wee guy like, mate, how the fuck do I do that? And
but do you not think that was a better, more exciting time?
Oh, I'd have fucking gave my right arm to have knowledge, whereas now you've got it in the palm of your hand. You know, it's changed days.
Well, again, any wee dick could go on. Like, listen.
Like what's happening now. Any wee dick can be a DJ, a producer.
This is how fucked up, like, the world of creative arts is. See if I had the money, right? See if I was, like, independently wealthy, and I just decided, do you know what? I'm going to become a famous DJ. I could go online, watch YouTube videos, pay somebody to show me, or even better, pay somebody to fucking do a mix me, stand behind a desk, and just fucking go like that, and I could be a superstar.
You know what? It can be easily exploited, and I've seen it done by people. And what I would like to mention there is, I think your art, Mr. Gibson, is probably one of the last arts well, that and maybe acting that you can't really buy into. I'm sure there is. You could buy scripts. See you later, Scott. All the best. Great to talk to you.
That Doug knows. He knows that we're recording. He's like, I'm just going to play funny buggers here and
He misses Cheeky Mal.
stand greeting at the door. Comedy's a weird one, mate. Like, but it's like anything
Here we
else.
go. We've got you gone now. Mention
me gone.
comedy. Well,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
fucking-
actually, I've been in
I tell you
comedy now
what.
for.
Right, I'm here. Get a bit of paper. I'll tell you every fucking cunt there is out there.
The comedy's like anything else, even music. If you're really into it, you will start to find the people who are like the true artists. Do you know what I mean?
The method.
It's like anything else. There's big famous comedians who have writers and who rehash the same shite over and over again. And I'm at the point now where I'm totally zen, calm, at one with my chi.
Bollocks.
You can't be angry at that stuff anymore. I used to get quite angry at people who go, how can you like them? They are mainstream shite. Even with like talking to you about music as well. Some DJs, like I know obviously only through you that I'm exposed to it, but I see some guys and I go, how on earth does any cunt pay money to watch this fucking idiot stand behind a decks? But everything serves a purpose. You hope that they maybe inspire people to go and find,
You
real
need
stuff.
to look at it as entry level. If it's a DJ or a comedian that you don't particularly like, there's somebody who's found their way into comedy or music or whatever by that person.
Mate,
And
the way
then they dig a wee bit deeper and then they find
Aye.
the quality like yourself and I. That's
When
basically what you're saying, yeah.
See, when I was
Yeah.
young, I used
Yeah.
to love Lee Evans. Loved him. Right?
I
Thought he
fucking
was one
can't
of the
stand him.
funniest things. When I was a wee guy, I was like, this guy's amazing. See
Never.
now, I physically could not sit through an hour of Lee Evans dance. I
It
couldn't
gives
do
me
it.
the fear, all the sweat in his suit and the faces and all
Right?
that.
But because it's all bells and whistles. It's all, hey, fucking, right, you're like, then you go, this isn't comedy. But again, it got me into it. And then as your tastes develop, suddenly you start to realise, I quite enjoy a storyteller or a finger in the arse. And you
Yes.
broaden your horizon as to what you have in your day-to-day life as a creative.
Entry level. I like to call it entry
As a-
level.
Yes, entry level, and you just work around the edge before you actually dig deep into the fountain of knowledge.
Oh, the
But
sphincter.
hey, episode for 90, mate, on the council, we are quickly approaching 100.
What about the big
We've not
news?
even mentioned Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
hell. Because it's nearly settled. Well, who cares? Oops, we do care. It's a council episode. There is love for all you rat bags out there that are avoiding becoming a Patreon. There is love here still in Scott and I's brittle, cold hearts for you guys.
The fire in my heart is starting to ignite again. I'm starting to get a bit more joy for the world.
Good.
I am. I
And
mean,
after the week you've had, I'm surprised to hear you
Don't-
say that. But that's
don't
great.
get me wrong. I am still. I'm in woke. I've been woke.
Oh, you're woke, mate.
I've
Hashtag
woken.
woke.
I've
Right, of
hashtag.
course.
I've been awoken to
Were
the absolute Bob Agri and country of the world, but hopeful for the future.
Good, mate.
Especially now that we've got a live hashtag recording in Glasgow on the 3rd of October.
Say what?
I'll say that again. 3rd of October, Classic Grand in Glasgow, a live, as in we're there and you're there, live episode recording.
What? When you say Saturday, the 3rd of October,
I should have said
it was Saturday.
mate. Hey,
Wait. Did you know also, forgot to mention that it's Saturday night? Fucking
Saturday
party
night, mate.
time. It'll
Saturday
be all
night.
right.
Now,
How messy is
obviously,
that going to be?
we can't do the old-fashioned hashtag live because we're still heavily constrained as to what we're allowed to do. But we can have it on a Saturday night. We can get full of bevy.
Follow
And
the
we
whiz.
just and we see where it goes, mate. And we'll have everybody's name and address who's in attendance. So if anybody grasses us into the authorities, then we'll just
Straight to the
murder
door.
everybody. Just murder everybody on the list.
No, I think we hunt down the person first,
Bring them to justice.
bring them to justice, and then let the ripples of worry go through their pals, and then knock them off one by one.
I always like kind of old school Hollywood blockbuster where you go in and just murder their whole family and
them
leave
off, right,
them.
just Manson
Leave
style.
them, to think about what they've done for a year and then take them out later on.
Right. I'm up for that. I'm up for justice. But before that justice, hashtag recording a live episode. Kind of like what we did down the stairs in the Classic Grand, but we're taking it up to the big room to adhere to social distancing. So everybody's safe, go to their distance, can get fucking mad with it, steaming,
Yep.
and enjoy the fucking night. As you and I recall stories, tales, questions, if you may,
Hey,
of the past, future,
gonna-
and present.
mate, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Do you know what? Just to like be back. See, just to be back. Like, I know it's not the same, right? Because we still kind of have the numbers and like we've got to be social distance, but we are lucky in a sense of that room that's inside Classic Grand is perfect for it because it has so many different parts to it. It will feel as if we're in quite tight, even though everybody's spaced out.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Mere wage and one, man. You know what I mean?
Keep your distance. Yeah, mate. Are you social distancing? No, I'm spaced out, mate. He's a choose, I thought, man. Don't smoke like the beef kibble. Get it here.
So
It'll be brilliant, man. I mean,
I can't wait.
I know you've done. I don't know if you could call it gigs, but you've done your quiz at the Corona. That was kind of your first gig out. Are you done anything else other than that?
No, that's the first time I'd been at the house like on a stage. But even that, man, was like it was trying to recreate the feeling of a gig without it being a gig. Do you mean? Whereas this is
as a gig.
This is a gig.
So I was working it out, and I'm sitting on the very couch to my left, and I was thinking to myself,
pulling the heat off it, thinking about recording that.
No, it was after that. You know that bit moment of calm. You know when before you clean the mess,
you regain consciousness again. You're like, oh my god.
You take the belt from your neck and you look at the jism.
slowly emerge from the wardrobe. You take the belt from your neck. You know that moment after you ejaculate and you have to remove the buckle from your neck.
Yeah.
Like, no, father.
There's a wider hole in the plastic bag. A wider hole in the plastic bag, and as you gaze down at your glazed belly with semen, and your not so impressive member is there because it's faded into the pubic hair,
and you think,
and you say to yourself, "My God,
I used to be on top of the pops."
And you look around the room and you say, "I remember in Basin, the place used to echo these walls."
I remember the old Bags for Life were a lot thinner back then. That's quite a thick. It was difficult to penetrate that one. And that was a tough.
Bag for Life. I could bust through that with my tongue.
Mate, can't believe I fucking I'll do in Tesco 30 pence for a Bag for Life. I went, excuse me, Mr. Tesco.
You don't want to be doing that with a strangle wank. I'm sure that'd be a strong one.
I go bin bag.
I made a bit of a mistake. I tried a freezer bag once when I was doing a strangle wank. Nearly killed myself. Couldn't bust out it.
I like to do the large IKEA Ziplocs, and then you just zip it as close in as you can.
With a wee blue tag.
Push my nose right against it. Count down for 30 backwards. 30, 29.
Just before a cut.
I'm gonna cut. Where's your father? I've not seen him for a couple of hours. Go and check the fucking Narnia. I'm not getting that wardrobe again. No way. Go and open the wardrobe. Mommy's hanging. Has he got a bag on? Aye, right. Leave him. He's fine.
But hey, male suicide isn't a funny joke, right? But
no.
maybe that's how the numbers are so high. It's just people are getting caught doing strangle wanks.
Maybe if there was,
listen, the feathers burst in and went, "He's committed suicide, Agnes." No, he said, "All right, it's just a strangle wank." Then you go, "What did your son die of?" Suicide.
Aye.
Because nobody's going to go, he's dead now. What?
Well, I don't know. I think most fathers in the west of Scotland would go, I heard your son killed you. Say, like, no, the strangle wank.
No, they would keep that. They keep that because if they
keep that themselves.
Aye, because they don't want laughed at down the lodge.
No.
Strangle wank's dad's coming.
No, the strangler. There's your strangler.
Stevenson strangler.
Stevenson strangler.
The strangle wank's dad. Look him.
What'd you call him?
Yeah, Tony, you just show your belt.
No, you just come in the lodge and everybody would be sitting at the edge like that with the trousers around the ankles and the belt. That's actually the way that Jesus is lined up on the cross inside all the lodges. He's hanging like that with a belt around him and his trousers around his ankles.
No, it's his wee robe open.
That's a very odd looking crucifix you have there. That's the Orange Lodge crucifix. How did we get on top of this? The live show.
I was telling you the live show. I was thinking to myself after my strangle wank, in that kind of relaxed euphoria you experience. I was going, this will be the first gig I have done. Mallorca Lee, international DJ, record producer as well, artist.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter extraordinaire. I mean, I listen, entrepreneur, Mallorca Lee entrepreneur.
Artist.
This will be the first gig I've
Painter.
done in 8 months.
Right. 8 months?
So-
What do you mean 8 months?
Look, March, April, May, June,
No, you did a
July,
gig in March, did
August,
you know?
September, October. 8 months.
it's the start
Aye, I
of
did do a
October.
gig in March. All right,
Aye.
take March. That's it. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I've been lying to myself. It was 9 months. No, 7 months. 7 months. Fucking can't count.
Can't even count where the fingers are funny. I've no worked for 1, 7, 9, 18, 43, 16 months.
She was 16. You've gone and ruined my holiday.
I can't watch them, man. I can't watch them. They're so
Oh,
upsetting. See,
There's
it's like,
some brilliant ones
when
where
the woman's
people are ready
like,
to do the patter.
what do you think your mum and dad would do? They'd disown me. Oh, it's horrible, man. Don't.
I've let it side down. I'm angry now. You've gone and ruined my holiday. I'm not shouting. I can't breathe. I got a job. I'm
Don't.
only being friendly.
It's awful, man.
I think the guys who edit it down to the patter, so it's just the fucking the pat. It's amazing.
Oh,
it's
no, I
evil,
hate it.
sick shit what these pedos do, right? But see the guys who edit their responses doing to just mad patter, you're laughing at how pathetic they actually are. And that's what I think is funny. Don't get me wrong, still bolt gun them, still kill them without a shadow of a doubt. But it's just, and that boy as well, you can tell them their wrongings. The cunt's got a head the size of a fucking tree trunk.
Because he's got a big, massive peanut head that suddenly
just
should
know.
be put down.
Aye, he's a pedo. Look at the size of
But
that head.
I just want me to take that big Parker off because I imagine just having a Russian prison tattoos on. He's been fucking built that tank.
No, just be like fucking scud
No,
mags and
man.
that,
No,
cans of
no.
tenants.
It'd be like 6-pack fucking pure stab wounds, bullet holes. He's putting fags out of his cell, man. He's pure mentalist.
If that was true, just fucking take all them out.
Well, that's what happens when that camera stops.
I've got a job. Oh, what is it you do? I'm a fucking bare knuckle boxer, you cunt.
He just takes it. Aye. Shaklacky. Fucking open the fridge, smell the cheese. Game over. Right.
Mind that. What's
Aye.
that? Smell
Open the fridge, mate. Smell the cheese, you cunt.
that. Do you mind that one? What was the one used to go like that? And it was a fanny. It was like,
Nah, you
what
wish.
was it? What was it used to do? You done something with your horns and you looked inside and it made it look like a fanny. You done that at school?
There's one that's like,
Okay, what's that? I don't know. Oh, you didn't know what a fanny looks like.
That's your horn, mate.
No, it's a fanny, you
see
dick.
the shit that Wayne's used to do, man. They used to do when you were young, and then it would ruin your day.
Maybe you should go, would you wash a BMW for a $5?
You'd be like, aye.
Oh, you wash a black man's lolly for a $5? He's a fucking faggot.
How
Look at him, he's fucking
Gosh,
washing
like-
black guy's cocks for a $5. You'd be like, and what, mate, I've got a $5. And
That's
even
what I
a
did,
10 on
yeah,
it, it'll
mate.
come over my face.
I'd polish it off for that $5.
I would clean that big brown shaft and polish the purple heat as he blew his muck right over my face.
For a
That's how
$5.
straight I am. I'd do you the upholstery and off for a $5. You boys fire that much jizz, you can fucking paper your front room with it.
Oh my god.
You ever thought about that in fucking pornos, man? The amount of jizz they boys fire out. And then you look at your own wee fucking, and you go, what the fuck? What's going
Well,
on there, man?
that's not healthy. You need to look at your health then.
What, if you're not firing hundreds of jizz, you're unhealthy?
Not hunters, but you should be getting a fair. Either that or you're pulling the heat off it too much, mate.
Aye, well, there's a bit of that. You know, I know there's
you get a weekly quota, right?
Aye, I've got enough to give somebody pink eye.
65 mil. You get 2.5 teaspoons full a week.
When the zinc levels are down, but it's fucking torture. Anyway, hey, for more of this kind of chat,
Hey, you should join the
3rd
Patreon.
October.
October 3rd, the first time that we've ever done any kind of live recording on a Saturday night. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
My first night out in 8 months, 7 months.
You've been having nights out every. This is what I hate about you.
I've no done it. I've not left the house.
You've been eating out. You've been having steaks every night. That's probably how you're fucking squatting a thimble. You're having red meat every night.
I think if you eat red meat every night, you just like firing out all sorts, man.
You're just going to come Marmite.
Ooh, just come fucking peppercorn sauce.
Give a pint of milk and you're getting it right.
Yeah, talking about food, would you like to dive into food? I'll tell you about this. So, Paisano is like a pizza chain that they've opened
I
up in
know
Glasgow, right?
what Paisano is.
Right, okay. Sorry for the listeners out there. Not, Scott, cover your ears. Paisano, pizza chain.
Because I'm an East Coaster now. I don't know.
Well, this is it.
You're
I don't know if there's one up. I don't
No,
care.
we've
I don't
got-
care if
we've
there's
got
one up
real-
East Coast, eh?
No,
I
we've
didn't
got-
care if you get one up there, eh?
We've got real pizza shops out here, mate.
Real
Well,
pizza.
Pizza shops.
What separates Paisano is it's real clay ovens and burning wood that cooks the pizza, which is a tick in my book. They recently opened up a pasta restaurant called Sugo, right? Sugo. Now, anybody who doesn't know what Sugo means,
It's fucking jism.
in Italian,
Red
right?
sauce.
Red sauce, all your muck.
right? It's sauce, sugo sulla pasta, right? Sauce for the pasta, right?
Yep.
We went to Sugo and they were
Sugo.
doing the offer where you get your half price things. You know that fucking come out and eat and kid on the plagues, no ways. Went out.
Eat out to help it. Eat out and help it and show every cunt you're no scared.
And it was great for two reasons. I got a laugh going in the door, and secondly, the meal was amazing. I got pasta asparagus, or no pasta asparagus, langoustine, loads of
Right.
seafood in there. It was great. So big up Sugo in Queen Street in Glasgow.
Big up.
Check it out. But on the way in, it was the first time I'd done you look at the screen and it scans your temperature.
Right. Oh, I've not done,
Done
that.
that? Right, quite funny, right? So I didn't know. I was like, what? And they went, oh, just stand there. Hey, just stand there. Take your temperature. Right, so I've stood, looked into the thing, and a wee box goes in your face, and it goes, gives you your temperature, and they say, you're all right, come in, right? So I kind of went like, looked at Maria and laughed. She stood, right?
Yeah.
And I stood like that. Just as she stood, something's happened in the road, and somebody's popped her horn. Beep, 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 beep. Right, and I went, fucking hell. She was like that. And the wee woman had gone like that. I've never had that. And then I went, oh, it's just a motor outside, it's cool.
She thinks her
That's it,
temperature's
it's
like
like
fucking
fucking
55
whole-
degrees.
At home, the fucking flare was going to open up, and the fucking missus was going to go missing. It was brilliant comic timing, you know. I mean, I tell you, it was almost like a sketch show. And
Did I-
we laughed all the way to the main courses arrived.
Did I tell you I went and I got to do a day in the kitchen in Leith, in Tom Kitchen's restaurant? Did I tell you about that?
You went and cooked in the kitchen.
Like in the kitchen, the restaurant, the Michelin star restaurant in Edinburgh.
Somebody's got you that as a wee birthday prize or something.
No,
like
birthday.
that.
No, I was talking to a friend of mine who's who used to work for Tom Kitchen, and we got
Hold on,
chatting.
his surname's Kitchen.
So his name is Tom Kitchen, right? Kitchin, not EN, IN.
Ah, okay.
And his restaurant is called Kitchen, as in his surname,
Like it.
right? But like, I mean, he's only one of Scotland's Michelin star restaurants, and he's pretty honest. I mean, you'll know him when you see him. He looks like fucking Mick Hucknall, a young Mick Hucknall.
That's not a good
Anyway,
look. My pal's a
um,
chef in Glasgow and he's got a Michelin star restaurant, okay? Brian Moll's his name.
I mean, come on now.
Okay.
But so I was
Stevenson boy.
in there for a day, 7:30 in the morning to 10:30 at night.
Yes, chef.
Mate, it was amazing, unbelievable. Proper bits were like they were screaming at each other. So we're in for about an hour and a half. He maybe turned up about 9:30, so maybe in for 2 hours. And then Tom Kitchen came in, and as soon as he walked in, like it was proper fucking rock
Yes,
star.
chef.
Like everyone was like fucking serious, and I was like, no way, man, there he is, chatting away to him. But see, like at night time when it was the dinner service, mate, he was fucking throwing food at cunts and shouting "bought." It was brilliant. It was, mate. I was in the corner like, fucking hell.
So what jobs did you get in the kitchen? Other than
So-
sweeping the flare and that?
No, hey, mate. Here, listen. I tell you something, right?
Keep that cunt away for the desserts.
I was quite. Oh, mate, I'll tell you about that in a minute. I was actually quite impressed. One point, I get sent into the fridge, one of the walk-ins, right? The guy's like,
Uh-huh.
"Go and get me some parsley, big man, will you?"
No problem, mate.
So I goes in, and before I went, it says tap right, all the herbs on the top right. So you go inside this big walk-in fridge, right? This big chiller, huge big thing. And I'm looking at all these herbs. Now, nothing's labelled, right? Because they're obviously high-end chefs, so they fucking know what it is. So I was like, right, you know what parsley looks like. So I'm going through these bags, and I'm like, there's
Pressure's mounting.
mate, I was shitting myself, right? Because I'm like, there's no parsley in here. So I'm starting looking for other shelves. I'm going, there's definitely no parsley in here. Went to walk out, and I went, I can't walk out. They're testing me here. Back in, through them all again. I went, definitely no parsley in here. So I just came out and went, big man, there's no parsley in here. He went, oh, there must be. And he went, oh no, there's none left. Well done. I was like, fucking come on. Don't fucking
Mitchell and
try
Gibble.
Don't try and talk me, mate. But in first, standard, cleaning potatoes, peeling potatoes.
Did you have to
prepping
put a
potatoes.
mask over your beard?
No, no mask. So I got my so see you're talking about temperature, that's what made me, because I had to do my temperature when I went in. Swab of the mouth, temperature gun,
Right to the heat.
and then you've got to cough your testicles in his horn as well, just to make sure you're all right.
That's standard. That's a.
But I
It's
first
the only way. It's the only way
I-
you know.
tatties, clean them, peel them, prep them. Then it was like, then I did carrots, and then I was doing celeriac, and then I got
What
to
the
do.
fuck's celeriac? That
It's like
sounds
a
like
root- it's
an
like a
American
root-
detective for the
Looks
70s.
like a big turnip. It's not as hard as a turnip.
A celeriac.
You can mash
That's a
it.
pure
you can
Michelin star
puree
batter,
it.
isn't it? Aye, there you go. There you
Standard's
go.
lovely. And then I was doing scallops, and then I was prepping fish. Mate, it was unbelievable. Honestly, it was unbelievable, man. Like, see, being in there and watching the boys proper fucking go at it. At one bit, I was standing taking skin off of peas. And I'm going, this is what separates, like, a £15 main course for a £40 main course.
I'll have a portion of celeriac and peas without their jackets, hen.
So I'm standing, and Tom Kitchen's like, "Hey, what a tiny job for a massive guy." And he's got a video of me standing like that, fucking picking peas, like that. Hunters, mate, thousands of peas just going through it all day, picking peas. But it was
That
unbelievable.
sounds
man.
like fucking torture.
No, I mean, it'd be torture if you don't like it. But see, being in that kitchen, I was like, "This is amazing."
Because
Loved
there's
it,
a wee
man.
bit of you want to be a chef, isn't there?
Would love to do it, man. But see, they boys are in there 5 days a week, from 7:30 in the morning to 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
So you're not doing it.
They get an hour break. I mean, they get their lunch and they get their dinner, but they're just in the kitchen constant, and it's not a big kitchen, man. Like they fucking churn out a lot for being quite a small space. But they made this fish cake thing. I have never tasted a fish cake less in my life, mate. It was unbelievable, man. So
What separated it for the?
just the flavours of it, and just mate, it's honest to God. See, as I mean, I'm going,
fucking starving,
Mal would fucking love this. See when I tasted this fish cake, so they made. Obviously, they're making this sauce, a version of a tartar sauce. Made this fish cake you sell. So this is for the first staff meal at lunchtime, right before the lunch.
Oh, this is for the staff.
This is for a staff meal, right? And this is before the lunch service. So everybody stops and has something to eat before the lunch service. So now this is just a big fucking metal tray, right? With hundreds of fish cakes in it. And then it was like a big bowl of this homemade tartar sauce. So you just took a fish cake, bit of salad, and a big dollop of sauce. And then you stand in the corner and eat a fish cake, right? And I'm going, mate, see when I took the first bite, honestly, I went, fucking hell. And the wee guys who made it went, is that all right? I went, mate, I said, I've never tasted anything less in my life. He went, I'm no fucking about in here, mate. I went, yes, mate. And then at night they made some kind of like lamb kebab thing. And it was, mate, on it, even again, man, giant couscous, this lamb kebabs on skewers, and a kind of feta salad thing, right? And you put it all inside this wee flatbread, just dumped it in a plate, and we just munched it. And even that, I'm going, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. And then at night,
But you know, like a lot of the day is because you're surrounded by food. You're working up your appetite, and it's going to taste special because you have been prepping food and psychologically getting ready for fucking eating food for a fucking extended
no,
period of
because
time.
it's oddly because you're not prepping food like you're in the house where you're prepping food to eat. Like, I was never conscious that any of this was a meal, if that makes sense. Like, see when I was doing all the, like, even when I was doing the scallops, so you're putting them inside, clearing the shells, putting the scallop in a shell, putting down a big spoonful of the kind of, it's like sauteed vegetables inside, and then you have to pipe the cream filling, put another shell on top. Even when you're doing it, it's just a process. You're no conscious going, somebody's eating this. To me, you're just conscious that it has to be perfect. And even that, like, I thought I did well with like putting all the pastry in it, right, and crimping it. And then I had it all lined up, and the guy went, it was good, man. Let me just check these. And he went, no. And I went, what's wrong with them? And then the guy saying, it's just a little bit off at this end. And I'm going, fuck me, man. the detail is.
And
Do you know
how
the
much is it
hardest
for a
bit?
meal? If you went there for a meal, did you not price that up?
I mean, you're talking about. I think you maybe do £150 a head for like a tasting menu,
Holy fuck.
and then if you want to put wine on it, but they've got a lunch menu which is, I think, maybe 50, 60 quid.
Did you
do that
thing where you get a 10.5 with a COVID?
No, but mate, you think about this, like people will go and spend £50 per ticket for like the West End or something. Like, see if you're sitting in a restaurant of that level, that is an experience. That's not a dinner. Do you mean that's a night out? That's something to remember and talk about. Remember we had this meal, and do you mean so it's worth the money? Because
Nah, you're right.
you're not going to have no. That's not something you do every weekend unless you're loaded. But like to spend, people would go out to like a pub and spend £100 on fucking tenants over the course of a night, whereas you could go to a Michelin star restaurant and spend £100 on one of the best meals you'll ever have.
Yeah.
See, I need to have this dessert right on it, mate. So towards the end of the night, I'm kind of working my way up stations and just helping out, doing different things. When the kind of shit's hitting the fan and all the orders are coming in, I just kind of stayed back a bit because the boys were. There's only one bit of the kitchen that they actually cook in, right? This kind of central galley, if you want to call it that. So everything that's hot is cooked out in this one tiny wee station. So they're all fucking and tap each other and grabbing pans. And I was like, I'm just going to stay out of the way.
What are they wearing? Are they just
Chef's
chefed up?
white. You know what I think? Every one of them's got the exact same shoe on.
Like a chef, fucking croc kind of style vibe.
It's not a croc, but it looks like a croc, but it's like a big steely toe, solid, fur-lined chefy shoe, right? But they've all got chef's white trousers. Some of them have got like jeans on, and then these shoes. And so they're all jumping in and fucking passing shit and like bare hands into fucking hot pots and shit. And I'm like, bloody hell, man. And
Men's men.
pure men's men, mate. Now you come and I've got their balls out. And I was like, yes, lads, right? But even when they're just shouting stuff out and you're like, what the fuck is he? He'll say things like 2 fish and they just know that the fish tonight is this and they know it. So it was amazing to watch, right? So I'm standing towards the end of
Just
the
in there
night.
fucking corner like that.
I'm like, this is Michelin.
Michelin star wank in the corner.
Standing next to the pastry chef, man, he had good banter, right? It was quite funny. And
Apart from him knocking back your fucking works.
I know, dirty bastard. So he had this wee fridge that was near the pastry guys, and it's just lined with all the exact same. It looked like a wee panna cotta, right? Hundreds and hundreds of these wee plates. So he brings one out. He went, "Do you want to try this?" And I went, "I'd love to, man." And so he's telling me about it. So basically, when they take your final course off you before you're having a dessert, right? They bring this wee dessert straight out.
Palate cleanser.
And everybody gets, and it's basically to cleanse your palate, and it also gives them a bit of time to prep the desserts because all of their desserts are cooked to order. So
Right.
like souffles or the chocolate cake, it's all cooked to order, so they need a bit more time to get it ready. So that gives them, by the time you eat that and then they clear away again, they're usually ready. So if you imagine like red, white, layered up, a wee panna cotta, maybe about 3 inches tall, right? Fucking
I wouldn't
giant-
eat that because I'm a
big-
Celtic man.
a big
I would
giant,
fucking
right?
get that muck back to the kitchen and get me a green, white, and gold fucking panna cotta. So
So a wee panna cotta, and it's in what they describe as raspberry water.
Of
Right.
course it is.
No, but just before I went to take a spoonful of this, and he went, you know when you have a
Snort it,
yogurt,
mate.
you know when you have a yogurt and you take the lid off the yogurt, and the stuff on the lid's always a bit thicker and a bit creamier
the
than
jizz.
the rest of it. I went, aye. He went, well, that is what this
Lamb's
is.
come.
That's what this is meant to be. So this is made in a way that the texture is meant to be the same thickness as that. Mate, see when I tasted this thing, I just started smiling. I was like, that is everything you have said is exactly what this taste is.
You
The
want to run
most-
away with that guy.
Dude, the most like clean, clear raspberry flavour you've ever tasted in your life. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everything that I had that day, unbelievable. And do you know the best thing as well? Constantly, see through for like 7:30 in the morning to about maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just constantly people coming to the back door. Constantly.
What for? Just like, what you
Just-
up to? Coming out to play?
Mate, this guy knocked the door in. Chef in! Chef! And so Tom Kitchen's like, morning, mate. Comes in. Can't get 4 rabbits. Just holding 4 rabbits. Chef.
Any
for
good
some-
to you?
For some estate, aye. There you go, chef. Get that. guy came in, 2 deers come in, follow him, man. Fucking boy bringing in all these fish. So he's holding up this big fish, right? This big, massive halibut. And he's like, nah, no good. And the guy's going, oh, come on, chef, take it off me. I'll get it. He's like, nah.
It's only
Fucking
the
send it
best
back.
fucking big
Boy-
Tam
boys-
Kitchen takes.
Boys came in, and then I could hear the wee guy saying, that's been a couple of days now, that halibut's not been good, man. Duh, duh, duh. And they were moaning it was going to some other restaurant instead of coming to them. I was like, fucking, we'll go and talk to them, man. Come on. But mate, what, honestly,
Different
what a day.
lifestyle, isn't it?
I was fucking shattered. But see, at night when he was threw food at this boy, and he's like, fuck. And then the other chef was saying to another guy, you don't deserve to cook in this fucking kitchen. Get the fuck back. You're not cooking anymore. Fucking get back. Put somebody else in because he messed up 2 bits of fish. I was like, come on, lads. One team, man. Unity. All together now. Oh, no. Come on. Hello. Sing it with me. But mate, what an experience. man.
Scott, this is not a football terrace. This is a Michelin star restaurant. And we support the Celtic. Oh, up there, up there, up there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Is
but
that-
some
is that-
fucking
What is that? Is
pizza
that
into that fucking turn up in the pizza if it's
I don't know if you had a chance to look at the website, Scott, to understand what kind of produce.
I just one thing, mate. Is this a Hun restaurant? Is this a Catholic restaurant? What is it?
see the cunts making this? The fucking Huns are Tims. Now what? I'm out of here. Sandra, get your bag lifted.
But mate, what, honest to God, what an experience, man. What an experience.
That's who got you that. That was a gift with thought.
No, it wasn't a gift. It was a friend of mine knows him, and we had a conversation. She's like, listen, he's just messaged me back saying if you want to come in the kitchen, you can come in and spend the day with him. I was like, you
What?
serious?
That's
She went, he says if you turn up tomorrow at 7:30 if you want to go in, and I went in. And to be fair, after he's like to me, because they've got another 3 restaurants in Edinburgh, he went, see if you want to go into any other kitchens.
I was like, what, to get free labour at me? I can't.
Aye, what do you think? I'm fucking make your
But-
sannies and all you can.
Mate, honestly, what an experience, man.
good.
Unbelievable.
That's good. But, you know, that's a bit exploitation, fucking getting the fucking big gimp into a day shift.
No, but then if you, like, say you love football and they went, you want to come and train with Man
Clean the
United for the
boots.
day? Or
Mess about
then,
in the showers after the game.
that's it. Like, listen, you know as well, like, I love cooking. You love eating, right?
Yeah, of course.
You've got no interest in the process behind. You just want to know when
No,
it
Scott,
arrives in your
that's a
plate.
lie. That's a lie. I
mate,
do appreciate. I appreciate
That's
the
why
artistry that goes
you
into. making
appreciate, but
food.
you've got no interest in understanding how or
No.
the process it. That's why you married an Italian. You're like, I just want
Good food on the table, and I don't want any of that snash. All right,
I was
that's
like,
it.
pot noodle or Italian bird.
Can I just say something as well?
What you've
loosely-
listed with thing there.
Loosely associated with your lovely wife,
Right in that.
who I think
Fucking
we
born
all
to it.
know, if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for her, you probably wouldn't be here today.
Oh, I be did.
You posted a picture up last weekend when it was your anniversary
Yes,
of you and your lovely wife Maria on your wedding
certainly. Yes.
day. And I believe was that 10 years, 16 years?
16 or 17. I get
16-year anniversary.
16 year.
Can I just say,
Hello there.
as someone who knows you, and I would say a friend, who's met you and Maria on several occasions,
Hello there. Yes.
the last 16 years has been very tough on you, Mal. Clearly,
You think so?
I would say your lovely wife Maria has not aged at all. In
Like
that
a fine
photograph.
Italian wine. Like a fine
But
Italian.
You,
wine.
my friend, it's been a difficult 16 years for you. That's all I'm saying. You were a handsome young man back then. A handsome
Mate,
young man.
I'm feeling kind of old today, right? I feel like a lot like my dad.
I tell you,
but-
you posted a picture of yourself the other day on Facebook as well, and I went, "Hello, who are those chins?" I mean, goodness gracious me, you need to get back walking the farmland, son. You're putting the beef on. Look, no defense, You're like, it's all that red
You-
meat.
Mama, fucking hell.
I am a friend merely bringing attention to the fact that you're going to have to start looking after yourself. Don't think because you've had a shave and you've got your hair going like fucking MC Hammer. You're going for a Count Dracula look. 16 years married, mate, eh?
Hey, tell you what, 16 years married, and that's the second year in a row I forgot.
Mate, that's shocking,
And
man.
she booked the Ivy, went to Ivy for a meal
Right?
in
Nice.
Glasgow. It's all right. Good decor, that fucking, what's it called again? All that squares and fucking 1920 stuff. Got decor,
Art Deco.
art deco. All right, no bad. Actually, it was all right. I got a curry because I hadn't had a curry in ages, and it was really nice. Good bit of halibut in there and all that, you know. Good starter. Finished off a cheesecake, and yeah, it was okay.
I can't
well
believe you
priced.
forgot your wedding anniversary 2 years in a row.
I'm terrible with stuff like that, and that's even reminders on my computer and everything. You know, I wrote a song called "Honey," and in it, one of the lyrics is, you
Sugar,
know, when everything goes right,
I just wanna
trust me
know.
to get it wrong. And you know, it's basically the story of my life.
What
in
you need is
relationships.
you need to say to your daughter. You say to your daughter, there's 50
They don't
quid,
even. They don't even know. They don't
50
care.
quid cash in it for you if you can
Oof, no,
remind
that's-
mind your father.
I'd rather take the shouting Scott than be £50 richer. But no,
I'm
it was
trying.
good. We
No,
went shop. We went shopping. They took us shopping. Bought a dress. You never liked it. I got myself a couple of Levi 501s,
you
511s. I wear stretchy ones. Love it. Guy my size. Need a bit of flexing. Yeah.
great,
times.
great day.
Great day.
And then we came home after the Ivy, you know, and she came inside the wardrobe with me and, you know, helped me with the belt on. We just had
Yeah,
a
I bought a
fantastic
new
evening.
I bought a new belt out of Levi's and tested it out with a good clean strangle wank.
Let's just recap again quickly before we move on to some other bits and bobs. 3rd of October, the live recording of the hashtag show. First live recording of 2020 amidst
Oh my
a global
days.
pandemic. Now, the tickets have been on sale to Patreons. At the time of this recording, there was 18 tickets left. So by the time it goes on general sale, there may be some, there may not be. But look out for the announcement on Facebook when we post the general sale link and snap up whatever is left. But if you want a chance to get the tickets early, then the only way to do that is to become a patron. Go to patreon.com/the hashtag show or go to the hashtagshow.co.uk. All the links are there now. Every single gig we do in the future, whether it's a live recording or a full hashtag live, all tickets will go early birds and pre-sales to Patreons. So it is the only way to get tickets before general sale. Again, patreon.com/the hashtag show. Right, what have we got?
Can I just add to that, Scott?
Of course you can.
There's been a lot of new Patreon movement in the camp, and I'd just like to give a shout out to said Patreons, if you don't mind.
No, of course, not at all.
So if you please all be upstanding for our latest Patreon members. And it's good, even up to like 11 minutes ago, we just had a recent guy joining for
welcome.
obviously tickets. So I'm going to give it from the top, Scott, you know the deal. Big shout out to our new Patreons, Colin Ritchie, Graham Thursby, Mr. Dale J. Johnson, Paul McElhenney, Alan Foster, Emily Boland, Viv Cameron, Sam, Stephen Mitchell, Kenny Bridges, Craig Ogilvie, Christopher Clark, Barry Nixon, Mark Mulholland, Free the Line, Ewan Fletcher, Kev O'Halloran, Sean Keys, Scott Hammond, Blair, Adam King, Andrew McClusker, Richard Kelly, and Jason Bell.
Welcome.
See,
It's harder than
welcome.
it's harder than I think.
You can't do the noises because then that puts
No.
me off, and I can't look at you when you're doing it.
I just wanted you to look at me.
I know. I heard, here, I've got a job. If anybody missed,
That should be a ringtone.
if anybody missed, that was the Patreon episode, the last one we done the pedo chat.
I think so, That's one of those episodes that we thought was going to be a poor one, and it took off in a big way.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean,
so what's been happening? Is there anything you want to talk about?
I've just been like making pals online.
Did you see the pretty sad news about the Chadwick Boseman,
Who's Chadwick Boseman?
the Black Panther actor, passed away?
Right on, brother. That's a shame. I'm not really big on politics, as you know. I'm aware of the Black Panthers.
No, it's not. It's the film, the Black Panther, the movie. He's an actor.
Oh, right. Did you go and see that, the Black Panthers? What was that one we went and seen? It was utter shit. The Klansman.
I'm trying to get the the Black Klansman.
Aye.
It was no, it's the actor Chadwick Boseman. I have actually never seen it, but it's he played in the biopic of
Biopic.
James Brown, which was meant to be an amazing film, and I never saw it. I'll need to watch it now, man. I'll need to find it on
What's
Amazon.
it called? I Feel Good or something like that? What?
Do you know what,
Papa's
mate?
got a brand new bag.
In fact, I'll just Google it. I'll just fucking Google it right now.
Fucking Google it live. Who gives a fuck?
James Brown.
Oh, and dare I say it?
The film is called Get On Up. Get on up.
Get on
Get
up.
on, get on up. But he passed away
Feeling.
the other day.
Hey, get on up.
Sorry,
colon cancer. And it was sad. Do you know what? And I actually, it was one of the ones that was such a shock because nobody knew that he had the disease. Nobody knew he had cancer. And then when you realise that he'd been making all these amazing films in the last 5 years whilst battling cancer and knowing that it was towards the end that it was going to be terminal.
That's brave, isn't it, man? And he's kept that
I mean,
to
brave
himself, so he wasn't treated differently or whatever.
I would think so as that as well. And also, I think there's something really nice in it that, and this idea of like celebrity and social media, and where we all need to like share everything and have constant access to everything. And you're like, this is just a man who strong morals, strong social compass, understand what he's doing, going through fucking hell, but going, do you know what? This isn't going to define me. Because I imagine as a celebrity of that standing, as soon as you said that you had cancer, he probably, do you know what? As horrible as it is, he probably wouldn't even been cast for some of the roles he had. Because they probably would think, what if he passes away and say, or we can't get insurance for that? Or then suddenly you're asked to constantly speak on everything that's cancer related, and suddenly that becomes your
and everybody
personality.
looks at you and talks to you differently, didn't they, as well?
Aye.
A lot of people just, even with like severe grief, a lot of people just want to be normal and be talked to normal rather than, are you all right? Is there anything
I know.
Like people just want, fucking, what are you up to, mate?
And that's that.
Want
that's
the
what
noise
it had.
back.
But it must have been. I mean, there's people that know that doing it. It must have been so hard, like having to constantly battle that and deal with that and get on with life as well. So it was a big shock, man.
I told you about my mate, Mike. Good on him. He's fucking better now. The guy, you'll know, but Force Mass Motion. Was his producer name. Produced amazing fucking rave tracks back in the day. Just before COVID kicked off, he's in hospital fighting fucking bone cancer.
Fuck's sake, man.
And you know, I spoke to him about COVID, and then he's fucking told me about that, and I was just like, holy fuck. Not only is him and his family dealing with COVID, he's fucking dealing with that on top of that. He's done his last chemo there and all that, and he's got to the other end of it. But you know, people, I think, and we all do it, we're all guilty. You just think about your own life and you've no idea what everybody else has gone through, you know. Whether you choose to dislike somebody, like somebody, you have no idea what what's going on in their life.
Mate, I was speaking to a guy the other day, right? And I've obviously got everything that's happened in the last 6 months, right, has like really pushed like me to the edge of, I mean, forget financially, right? Fucked. But again, I'm going, if I didn't have my missus, I'd have been in the street, right? Or couch surfing or try to find somewhere to prop yourself up. And then even if that situation has occurred, you're maybe going, right, okay, I've got a couple of friends that I maybe could have stayed with. But then once this is all back to normal, you're fucking having to rebuild again, right? And I think because I have a lot of friends who are maybe, you know, successful or in jobs that have been protected by COVID, none of them have really understood the impact that it's had on other people because that's just no within their bubble. You know, they just don't
COVID's
see
worked
it.
out well for them. They've got a wee extended paid holiday kind of thing or whatever.
So I was talking to a guy the other day, man, right? And he, see, when he was talking, man, I was like, I felt like shit. Honestly, I felt so bad for him. So he lost his job, right, about 2 months ago because of COVID. And he was talking about, he worked in this place. It's kind of like B&Q, but it's no B&Q. It's basically like a timbers yard, kind of merchant's yard kind of thing, right? But started in there at like 15, 16, sweeping floors. had been there for 16 years, worked his way up to be a manager, and he was like to me going, he says, I know a lot of people, when I told them what my job was, thought, that's maybe not a good job. He's like, but I get paid good money for somebody who left school at 16. And he's like, I loved my job. I absolutely loved it. I loved the guys I worked with. I loved going to work. Never once. He's like, I'd never been off sick in 16 years. Never once did I ever go to my work going, I don't want to do this. He went, I love my work. And then because of COVID, they just made all his redundant, shut down all the branches, and we were chucked out in the street. And he went, and I was also meant to get married in June, and they cancelled the wedding, and we kind of get our money back. And I'm going, see, as I'm listening to him talk, I'm like, fucking hell, mate, this is like, there are some people that have been proper, like, rocked to their core.
Have you got 20 pence for my bus, mate?
He's like,
And you went, no, mate, I'm not getting changed. Fuck
Aye.
off.
I was like, listen, mate, I'm trying to build a dovetail joint, right, to get a 2x4 and a 4x6.
But as I was
How
listening to
did
him
you meet
talk,
was he begging for money, or was it just a guy you've met?
no, it's just
in
a
the
guy, a
jogging car
friend
park
of
or
a
something?
friend, and we're just sitting talking, and then he's like, so do you want to push the helmets together, or do you want me to wank you off? And I went, well, let's just have another chat first, it's a bit awkward. But no, mate, honestly, see, as I
So
was
to
listening,
try the docking?
I was like, this is brutal, man, because it's like, I've got a lot of friends that are teachers, do you know what I mean? And they're all like, I can't believe I've gone back. And went like, see, you can't.
oh, you don't know what fucking size of breeds butter doing. Aye, it's been and it's no over yet. It's no over yet.
No.
We keep fighting, Scott. We keep.
Here's one for you, right? So we've decided.
The
me and the
8th,
missus-
we're back. We're back in the 3rd of October. That's the
October,
official start to our journey. Hopefully, starting to get back to some kind of
a
working
gentle
reality.
reintroduction to the world
Yeah.
of live entertainment.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm back even before that, 20th of September.
Oh, certainly, sir. A sold out show, no doubt.
Sold it. No tickets left. Another
Beautiful.
date will be announced shortly.
Beautiful.
So me and the missus, right, have decided we're going to pick a new sport to watch together.
Oh, I
Right.
thought you was going to play, and I went, that's great. So,
To watch.
fucking, right, what, and
Because
which,
We love the football. I love football. Mrs. loves football.
hey, result?
We've now got, thankfully, through a bit of kind of backdoor dealing, I've now got access to BT, so I've got all
Oh,
the
yeah.
sport, all the sport I need.
One of these.
Right. One of the, do you know what it was? My mum was like, "Have you got BT Sport?" I have, son. I went, "I need your logins." No, because then the Chinese will know where I live. I'm not getting. I went, "Shut up, give me your." No, you're not getting my logins. No way. She's convinced that if she was to put her email address into her phone, the Chinese are going to swarm on her and kidnap her.
That's a given.
See, sometimes when she talks about things like that, I'm going, you and Mal would go and let a house on fire.
I love the chat when they go like, hey, you better watch that Google Mic, and what's left on. And I go, aye, because, whatever you're talking about is going to change the world.
Right, see last night, because my mum was over this weekend, right?
Turn that Google Mic up, Scott.
Mate, sitting in the living room, right? So Yasmin goes, Alexa, turn the living room light off. So the light goes out, right? The lamp was above my mum, right? So when it that, and my mum was in the sofa, and she went like that. Oh my god! And I went, it's just the light, right, mate. This is what she done. Oh my god! I went, it's just the light, mum. She went, have you got an Alexa? I went, we've got one in every room. Is she listening to now? I went, well, it's always on. You shouldn't have one of them, son. You shouldn't have an Alexa.
Why don't you just get one in every fucking room?
Aye, because she got two for her work, and then we got one free, like when I got my new phone contract. Mate, they were fucking see if you've not got an Alexa, they're giving them away.
So, and what? So like every room you can go, Alexa, play the same music that was in room 2. How does it work? Why?
Um,
And hold on, how does that wee fucking hang? So you've got a special Wi-Fi bulb then that Alexa goes, turn it down. How does that work?
so you
Because it's no fucking a wee chinky in there, is it? Turning it down, is it?
May I remind you, this is a council episode, and you will keep language like that for a Patreon episode.
Sorry.
You either have smart plugs, which I don't have, or the bulbs, the special.
You have smart ones which you don't have.
Which I don't.
If you
China.
liked it, you should have put a ring on it. You fucking.
You either get the
Funky
smart
balls.
bulbs from China, smart bulb, smart plug, or the smart bulb. And that's where you've got the bulbs.
And that smart bulb, is that Wi-Fi technology?
I think you need Wi-Fi to use the bulb, yes. But then you go, Alexa, turn the light off, and it turns the light off.
That's just fucking stupid.
Do you know the only thing I use it for is playing TalkSport, playing the radio, or setting a timer when I'm cooking.
Oh, I like that. So that could come in with my eggs and my steak.
So, for example, when I'm doing a dinner and I'm cooking something, I'll go, Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes or whatever. And then
Oh,
in 12 minutes, it goes, whoop, 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 whoop. You're like, Alexa, stop.
Is it a Rasta? Whoop, 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 whoop.
He's like, bah, wah, wah,
Turn
wah,
them
wah.
reds over. Whoop,
It's
whoop,
the-
whoop.
It's the year of the guru. Does that kind of stuff.
Guru Josh was in Jamaican.
Alexa, which,
1990 is the year of the guru. Whoop, whoop, whap, wah.
Alexa, which German for shut the fuck up?
Things like that, do you mean?
Alexa, what's German
Mate,
for
I'm one of
fucking
these
Jesus
guys
the
where
eyeball?
I enjoy all these like tech things, but I don't actually know how to use them. The
Okay,
missus
fair
does it, so she'll do things like she's getting ready, so she'll have the one in the bedroom playing music, and then when she moves through like in the lunch, she can keep the music playing in there and turn it off in there. Whereas I'm just like,
You'll set a timer for 8 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what's the difference there is your missus can speak understood, clean English, where we are Scottish. I date with Google Home, blah, 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 don't understand you. Whereas your missus, you know, she's English. She can talk a bit better English than us.
well,
These fucking things don't register with voices, man.
and oddly, see, whenever I ask Alexa to turn the light off, she does
Says,
it.
fuck off, you Scottish
No,
cunt.
she does it like that, mate. But see, when Yasmin asks her, she's got to ask her twice. So I think Alexa likes a dominant male figure in the
Right.
house.
Fucking right, she does.
Alexa, get
Better-
that
better
fucking
off.
lighter.
I always
right.
get
Get
I
a
always
light
get
off,
a-
you'll get the fucking meat on.
a wee bit of snide chat as well. I go, Alexa, living room light off. And then when it turns it off, I go,
You're fucking dead right, you cunt. Don't let me
Alexa, are you a hunter at
I'll unplug you, you fucking cow.
Bye, mate. You should get one. They're good. I only use it for timers. They're good. And then see if you order something on Amazon, a wee orange light or a yellow light beams round.
You're like, what's my notification? Says like your Amazon parcel's on its way.
Oh, brilliant.
Alexa, are you a Catholic or a Protestant? Alexa, what is your favourite year in history?
1690.
1690. Alexa, play the best of the Saltcoats Proddy Boys.
Alexa.
Alexa, how many goals did Alistair McCoy score between the years of?
You like him? Alexa's one of the boys. Alexa, Alexa, play the fucking greatest hits of the Wolf Tones. Up there! Alexa, how many soldiers were fallen against the British?
Finding it. Finding it.
Alexa, how many days did Bobby Sands do his hunger strike?
Alexa, who's the greatest Scottish manager of all time? Jack Stein. Yeah, just take out, get that ripped to the wall.
Alexa, the
Correct
big
answer is-
jock, no, they cunts were pedos.
And you confirm, Alexa, did Big Jock knew?
Big Jock was unaware.
Get that, you fuck. Get that out of
Alexa,
here.
I'll be turning the Wi-Fi off and strangling you, you wee cow. Is Big Jock a pedo?
Why does everything come back to sectarianism and sexuality with you?
Because it's funny.
That is funny, man.
Because
See
I
how-
genuinely, if
we're
you take
just
any of
joking.
that serious, exactly. If you take
We're
any of
just
that stuff
joking.
serious-
You know, if now the world needs laughter, needs jokes.
I had a few points actually to bring up, but I day by day all the time. And I forget by the time we get into recording, with the excitement of recording, I forget. I need to say this to Scott because there was a couple of kind of good kind of chin strokey fucking.
Right, dig deep into the memory banks, the corridors of your mind. What position were you in?
I believe it was all fours. I don't know. Aye, here it is. No, but no, it's no, it wasn't that. Wasn't that? Was that? No.
Try to kickstart the. Do you want to pause and you can?
Nah, it's cool. What you been up to?
Do you know what I wanted to say? I'm seeing a lot recently, right, of people who talk on their phones like this, on speakerphone. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. It's boiling my piss, mate.
Well,
It
they've
used to
been
be one
watching The
or two.
Apprentice too much.
It's even that in the Kardashians. People are like, yeah, I say to him, I'm going, get it up there and fucking don't have it in speaker. I don't need to hear your conversation.
Is there no the argument where there's your brain's getting fucking microwaved if you have your phone up your head and that?
Don't talk nonsense.
I'll be honest with you. I'll do that and talk like that if it's on speakerphone and the conversations. Like, say me and you's talking and I'm speaking to fucking Big Gary. I've got on speakerphone and I'll hold it like that. So's the threes are in a chat.
But we're not in a chat.
I know.
This is people walking down the street.
I know.
Just
no, that's right.
Blazing people like that.
And they hang on speakerphone.
They're not on speakerphone talking down the street.
My father does a similar thing, but he holds it like that.
On speaker?
And it's on speakerphone. And it drives me up the fucking wall. It's like, I don't want to hear your conversation.
No, I don't want to hear it at all. I don't want to hear it. It's all young Waynes I'm seeing, and even older people are just walking. There's a guy walking around Tesco the other day, and they're having a conversation where I assume he's missus that he shouldn't have been having.
Talking about the phone out his horn.
Talking about the boys.
He's back at school, but when the teachers are talking about,
I'm going, mate, you're in a fucking public place. Get off that fucking phone, or just put it to your ear.
Do you know, I think like social media and all that? No, a lot of people are actually very concerned about their privacy.
It's starting to feel as if it used to just be people with young children and junkies who had no social awareness. So the world around them doesn't exist. Whereas now it feels like more and more people are like, I'm the star of my own movie, and they don't give a fuck about anybody else.
You're absolutely right.
See if somebody phones me in a supermarket or in a public place, I'm like, delete.
Out.
Like, my anxiety wouldn't allow me to stand on the phone and have a call. I'd be like, mate,
or would you not at least go to the fucking pub or out the restaurant and go, all right, what you know, if it was a phone call you had to make.
Oh, but knowing a fucking...
Aye.
As in, I want to be alone in a place of fucking quietness. Not just going like, excuse me for a second to take this. Yeah, speakerphone. Hello, yep. Give me those results. Positive. That's unfortunate. You're going to fuck off and just be a bit courtesy to other people.
Aye.
Right, here's a question I want to ask you, right?
Do it.
I heard someone talk about this the other day on another podcast. And it was...
Let's do our chat.
It was boiling it was getting me angry, right? Because I thought everything they're saying is utter nonsense. The scenario was that they're in a restaurant or they're in like a supermarket and there is children playing up, right? Making lots of noise, basically being a pain in the arse. Would you say something to the child or to the parents?
So somebody else's kids is going...
So you're in a restaurant.
Batshit mental.
You and the wife are in a restaurant. You're sitting at a table having a meal, right?
Yeah.
The table right next to you is a mother and father with two kids. The two kids are going nuts, throwing stuff in the plates, running around the chairs, banging into you and the missus, causing havoc. The parents are saying nothing. They're just continuing to talk. Nothing. Letting them do what they want. Feral.
Aye.
What'd you say?
Well, I've been there. I've been the parents and I've been the single folk, right? So I mean, I think I've got knowledge in this, Scott.
That's why I wanted to address it with you.
The problems lies with the waitress or waiter who's seated them there. Mm-hmm. Two things: if it's a smoochy, I'm going out for something to eat to get my whole later restaurant.
Oh,
when it's just couples, Wayne should not be on the radar in that restaurant. If they are, they should be a bit out the way, up the back or whatever. So as your smoochy couples is one side and your mad squad is at the other side.
Okay.
If it's a family restaurant, you have to go there knowing you could be sitting next to a family.
Okay.
Right? But then also, if you are sitting and it's even if you are in a family and there's young kids at your table, but then there's another table and the Waynes are going scripto and the mom and dad's no doing anything, and it's actually affecting your enjoyment of your day, your meal.
Yes.
You're very much in your rights to say, excuse me, you want to get the Waynes to pipe down a wee bit? Okay. Or you want to take your fucking shitty ass Waynes and give them a good kicking like I do with mine so they know respect and law.
So let's say you turn to the couple and say, excuse me, could you have a word with the kids? Just try and, just thank you. What is the response if they turn around and do nothing? Don't even acknowledge it. Just let the Waynes fucking hype it up.
that's the thing. I don't actually think I've ever said to anybody to control their kids. I've never been in that position. What came into my mind is I've been into position a couple of times, right, where I have been out with my family. My kids were younger at the time, and there's been a table next to us where it's been a group of boys or lasses, and they're all fucking, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, big man. And I went, boys, you watch Stop the Swearing. There's young kids here. I've been there. And to be fair, I've done it 2 or 3 times, and they stop because they realise, they go, right, wait a minute, there is young kids.
Aye.
Because they're effing and jeffing, right?
Let me interject here, because
Yeah,
I'm
all
going
in
to
my
say
face.
I'm going to say this. The podcast was an American podcast, which
Right,
I
so they're
think
fucked already.
completely changes the argument. And that's why I was getting angry, right? Because I've only ever had it once where a family refused to control the kids, and the staff came over and asked them to leave, right?
Well, that's where the staff come in, isn't it? They can
Aye.
do that. That's right.
But every other time when it's happened, either it has been where the parents are socially aware. So if the kids, I had it once where the kids were running about, and I remember the mother grabbed one of them and went, "Don't you fucking show me
Yes.
up in here," right? And I'm going, I would not mess.
Fucking
And then straight away the kids were like that, pure. I'm eating a
Aye,
chip. She went,
controlled.
"You can go and play." Then you're going, right? I like this woman, right? She's running a tight ship here.
She'd be some ride.
Right, so you've had that, but when they were talking in the podcast, going, I would speak to the mother, and I would go. I'm like, here, this is the thing, you wouldn't, right? You just wouldn't do that. And also because you're Americans, the kids are all fucking ramped up with ADHD, and they're all bouncing off the walls, right? But the other scenario is they're in a supermarket, and the mother is dragging the child, kicking and screaming through the supermarket because it's getting taken out because it's been acting up, right? And one of the people on the podcast said, on that occasion, and if it ever happened, they would step in and say to the mother, that is a child, you are hurting that child, and you should not be doing that. And see, now they're all agreeing, and I'm going, if you tried that in Glasgow, you would get a fucking black eye.
The hate would just turn on them.
Nobody ever is stepping. If a child's acting up and the mother is dragging it away, nobody's ever stepping and going, excuse me, madam, that child is a living being and you're hurting that child. And here's the other thing I know that I was going, I want to just fucking be able to phone in live. See if me or you did that, we'd get to jail. Because the woman would turn and go, you're abusing me, that's abuse. No, if another woman said that to a mother, you're hurting that child, don't hit that way, and that's fine. But we couldn't say anything as a guy. I wouldn't be comfortable stepping in. Like if I saw a woman smack their way, I wouldn't go, excuse me, madam, how dare you? That smacking is illegal in Scotland. There's absolutely no way I'm doing that. I'd maybe get Wayne and I'd go, listen, wee man, see when you're 18, get a list in the council and get yourself out of there.
Aye. And then when you see when you're in your 30s, you'll probably pay a hooker to do that.
Sex worker, please, Mal. Sex worker.
All right. But I mean, I'm all for, I've said it before, like a slap to a Wayne's arse or that, slap all the, I grew up getting a doing, right? So like wee slaps and that, I think is needed. I think any parent who's successfully brought up their kid with just having a stern word with them is a fucking liar.
I think you need
Wayne's
to
will drive you to a point where you have to just give them a wee slap in the arse to bring them in, rein them in.
You've got to have respect for your parents, but that respect comes from fear. It does. Hey, I know that's all fucking Star Wars shit, but you need to, there's got to be,
from fear from fear comes respect, young Luke.
Luke.
Respect I must, fear I will.
Aye.
Right, but you've got to have one parent that you're afraid of. You've got to. Otherwise, it's carnage. You've got to have one.
It's a good cop, bad cop scenario,
but one of them has got to be, I'll tell your dad, oh, for the love of God, please don't tell him. He'll fucking put me in that water with his belt. Please don't fucking. There has to be that. Whereas now I think a lot of young people are like, I'll fucking phone the police and you'll get to jail.
Aye.
And they're like,
I'll phone Childline in you.
I see some young parents sometimes, I'm going, that Wayne needs the fear of God put in him.
Aye. Too many households where the Waynes rule the roost.
Oh, mate. Seen and not heard. That was when we were young. Children should be seen and not heard.
Do you know what? There's no right and wrong answers. Nobody's got it right.
No, not at all. Not at all. But if you're taking
mad fucking Yankees, but they would, if I seen some woman really going off on her kid, I would say, excuse me, madam, that's not how you talk to a young person. Americans are fucked in the fucking mind. They are living in a novel that they have fucking read.
I mean,
no reality.
See everything that's going on in America, mate, right? America forgets that it's such a young country. They forget that.
They think they're the history of the world as well,
but
don't they?
they've got no history. That's why they all went, I'm 12th generation Irish, because you've got no history, right? America isn't even a real thing, right? It's in the grand scale of things, it's a new country. It's a very young country. So they're going through, the teenage years, but America is on fire, man. It is a hell of a place now. Everything that's going on over there is insanity.
Equally, but I fucking love America. I love certain aspects of it, but
it's the best.
And that's I think it's the best and the worst.
It's the best and the worst. It's very interesting. Like, I don't know how much you watch like the Joe Rogan stuff or like follow any comics, things like that, but it's very interesting now the amount of quite high profile comedians who are leaving Los Angeles.
For what reason?
Just because the economy's fucked. It's overpopulated. The homelessness.
Is Rogan leaving Los Angeles?
He's moved to Texas, Austin,
Texas. You know why? Because he's got fucking 200 million in the bank, and he's got enough to build his own fort.
Well, a big reason for that is because obviously they don't pay. I think they don't pay, is it capital gains, or they don't pay a tax in Texas that they have to pay in Los Angeles. So one of the big things is he's moving there for financial reasons, but also, like you said, it's overpopulated. The homelessness crisis in Los Angeles now is insane. Do you know what I mean? Insane. Somebody put up a picture.
Tons of actors just trying to get a job in it.
No, somebody put up a picture. I think it was on Tim Dillon's podcast or on somebody's Twitter page, and it's this family taking a picture from inside their living room, looking at the living room window, and they've just paid $2.5 million for this house, right? And the post was like, "We never thought our dream house would be a nightmare." And you're going, now these are normal. I say normal people. They're normal people.
Normal, but they've got a £2.5 million house.
Well,
come on, Scott. You know that's not normal.
Los Angeles, right? They're no actors. They're no comedians. They're no like influencers. Like maybe he's whatever, like professionals, but like because it's America and it's private, they're wealthy, right? But they have moved out of this dream home, their forever home, and the picture that is outside their front door is just like a fucking campsite. It's just homeless people have moved in. And they've just built a campsite, and they're like, "What the fuck?" No, I'm not sitting here going, "That's terrible. Move them on." I'm going, "How can a country like America, and even America, mate, it's fucking happening here for God's sake." In this country, this is why the focus has been shifted. We watched a documentary the other day about George Floyd, and the woman was on whose husband was killed in police custody in the 90s, and it's like she's saying, "Going, everybody's jumping on board the American thing, whereas." People, minority and black people in this country have been killed every day and persecuted, but what? Because it's no cool or it's no marketed in the right way.
I think the problem is, you're probably gonna laugh at us, but I think we don't treat us, like we don't look at the world as one nation. It's all like cut and segregated. We're looking at the homeless thinking they're the problems instead of the bankers and the rich and going, that's the problem we need to fix. We'll get mixed up and going, we need to stop folk fucking creaming the money off the dough and working on the side and get rid of these homeless, rather than going, fucking lead them and help them and let's get to the root of the problem, which is the rich and the corrupt. We're trained to focus on the wee problems rather than what the big fucking problems are. And that's they're the fucking root of all the fucking world's wrongs. Thanks for listening to the Hashtag Show. It's been a great episode.
Good show.
Good. Wrap it up at that,
What you want to do is just go, Alexa, are you a Catholic or a Protestant? Alexa.
If anybody in here's got an Alexa, ask them what religion says, and also what football team they support, and we'll see what the responses are.
Alexa, are you a Catholic, a Protestant, a Jew, a Muslim, or one of the fucking snakehead worshipping ones? I don't know what they are.
I think Chinese still worship water snakes and all that. It's mental.
Mate, you are a water snake.
You better believe it.
How many steaks are you having tonight?
We had steak 2 nights ago.
You're a boy.
Um,
Did I tell you about the about Aldi?
tell me about that's where I get my steaks. Actually, Scott. Thank you.
Well, do you want to know a wee interesting fact about
Tell me.
Aldi steaks?
Don't say that's somebody's arsehole or something.
Aldi steaks come from a farm in Scotland. Aldi have an exclusive contract with the farm, and the farm supplies only 2 stockists. That's it. They don't sell the meat to anybody else.
Brilliant.
Only goes to these 2 people. Aldi is one of them. Do you know who the other one is?
Maybe some high end.
Marks and Spencer's.
There you go. There you go.
And do you know this? It is slaughtered in the same slaughterhouse, and it is packaged in the same factory. The only difference is one is packaged in an Aldi packet and one is packaged in a Marks and Spencer's packet.
Wow.
It is the exact same meat. And for certain cuts, it can be £4 cheaper in Aldi.
Well, I was going to say it'd be so. My favourite cut out of that Aldi is the 36th dry aged ribeye steak. Right.
And it's
I
the
would like
exact
to-
same
and-
one
and
you
it's-
get in Marks.
Maximum $4.99 for one of them.
There you go.
And I would like to know how much Marks and Spencer charge for the very same cut.
Well, when I found that out, I thought I must let Malockley know because you always bang on about your Aldi steaks. It
Aldi
comes
steaks
from
are fucking brilliant.
comes from the exact same supplier as Marks and Spencer's.
I did panic because I was going to wait for you to tell me it was some fucking rat hole or something that was
No,
supplying
no.
them. But
Marks and Spencer's, mate.
it's, you know, the amount of people that I've said to them, try Aldi fucking steaks,
Right.
and then they've get back to me and went, it's actually fucking really good.
As long
And
as
you think to yourself, it's
as
cheap,
long as
it
you know
must
how
be
to cook
shite.
it. As long as you know how
Let's
to
go,
cook it.
man.
As long as you know how
Hey,
to
I
cook it.
got a wee barbecue thing, and I've been cooking them on the actual, but it's night and day, man.
Why do
night
you not
and
just-
fucking day.
Why do you not just treat yourself to one of those the green eggs?
The ceramic things, I don't want to
Aye.
spend 300 quid on it. But if they come up with a sale
Well,
on Aldi,
how
I will
much
be.
They're not going to come and say, how much are your fucking 501s?
I think they were about, it was 2 pairs for £99.
Right, and then you bought the wife for this. You're halfway to a fucking ceramic egg as you are.
And then walk about with no trousers on.
Treat yourself, you dick.
Yeah, and on that note,
And on that note, listen,
go forth.
let's wrap this up. Council episode. Thank you for listening. If you do want to get access to every single episode, because week on, week off, you're like, where are the boys in the week off? We're on Patreon. So if you want to get every single episode of the hashtag show, become a Patreon. You can sign up for as little as $5 a month, less than the price of a fancy coffee. Go to patreon.com/the hashtag show or go to the hashtagshow.co.uk. All the links are on there. Tickets for the live recording October 3rd will be on general sale on, let me just get a date for you. They go on general sale on Thursday, the 3rd of September. So if there's any tickets left, they will go on sale then. If not, head over to Patreon, follow the link and snap your tickets up now. Mal, anything else you want to add before we go?
Alexa, are you a Catholic or a Prodi?
I'll say this as well. I have got my first live stand-up show back on the 20th of September. It's my first gig since March, since lockdown at the Classic Grand in Glasgow. That gig is now sold out. We sold out in 2.5 days. Delighted with that. I'm working on another date, and that will go on sale soon. So check out my website and check out the Facebook for when that date is announced. But thank you to everybody who bought tickets for that. And we will see you hopefully on the 3rd of October. And we will speak to you next week if you're on the Patreon. All the best. Jerry, bye.
Alexa.
Fuck's sake. Right, bye.
I've got a job.
The hashtagshow.co.uk.